Welcome to Curious Caravan, the travel podcast where the unusual is our usual. I'm Jason.
And I'm Lizette. Today we're kicking off the new year with a bang by bringing you the quirkiest, most offbeat destinations to add to your 2024 travel bucket list.
From the world's largest pistachio to adventures in Japan.
And maybe even a toast to the new year at a retro diner known for their homemade pies.
We've got you covered with some fun, unexpected spots to kick off 2025. Man, Lizette, can you believe 2025? Where did 2024 go?
Honestly, it kind of went in a breeze. I'm shocked that Christmas already happened and we're already in the New Year season.
I always feel like I have the lead up to Christmas. There's the anticipation for Christmas, and it's this magical time, even though it's like Florida where I am at, and I have to kind of make it magical. But then it's over. It's like as much as you prep for it, it's then, oh, Christmas is done.
Yeah, the jammies are gone, the Christmas jammies are gone, and the Christmas treats all eaten.
So, one thing we're talking about today is, there's New Year's resolutions, but what about travel resolutions? Where would we like to visit in 2025? And sticking with the weird and wonderful theme that we love to stick to here on Curious Caravan, some of these places may seem a little offbeat, but I am all about trying new things. And that is a big thing for me in 2025 because I would say when it comes to traveling, I love the idea of travel. I love the concept of travel. It's hard for me to get away having three dogs, but I really want to challenge myself to stop vacationing from my couch and get out there. And we have a really good list today. I've prepped my bucket list. Did you?
I prepped my bucket list. I am so excited. I'm going to treat it like a bingo and almost check all of these off, hopefully, in 2025. I saw yours. It's kind of out there, Jason. I love
It's a
it.
bit. It's a little bit out there, but that's kind of like me. I'm a bit oddball, so I mean, I'm ready to expand my horizons, let's say. So, first on my list is I always have wanted to visit. I don't know if you've seen the roadside attractions, but the world's largest something, world largest ball of twine, the world's largest thimble. So, something about me, I love
Yes.
nuts because I am a little nuts, but I love pistachios. And in New Mexico, Alamogordo, New Mexico, to be exact, they have the world's largest pistachio at the aptly named Pistachio Land. So
Pistachio land?
it has it's a pistachio farm.
Okay.
There's a winery,
Ooh,
and you can buy all things pistachio. They've got pistachio butter toffee.
butter
They
toffee.
have pistachio ice cream, which is one of my favorites. I always grew up loving pistachio pudding. I know it's an acquired taste. I love all things pistachio. I mean, bring it, bring it. Now, I did not like when Starbucks released their pistachio latte, but that's neither here nor there. So I want to go see the world's largest pistachio, and it is a 30-foot tall pistachio statue.
I'm
And
shocked at how tall it is.
yes, it took 35 gallons of paint to paint this thing. I mean, it is huge. It is, if you love pistachios, you'll go nuts over this. Oh, that is it's maybe not, okay. I mean, I'm making it number one. I mean, that is not like the number one place I want to go in 2025, but I'm taking a road trip. I am seeing this pistachio.
It's a good one to kick us off. And if you go, I would love for you to get all things pistachio. I
You
want
got
it.
it. All right, Lizette. So what is up for you
The
in
first one
2025?
on my bucket list, well, maybe it would be the last one, considering the time of year I would want to go, is Leavenworth, Washington. I know we just had Christmas. I know it's still a Christmas almost town, but it's so beautiful. It's a Hallmark destination, and
Well,
I
if
love
we knew.
beer. So they've got beer gardens, and I can't ski, but I would sled. I think sledding sounds like an easy and fair time. So I will be sledding the whole time.
So Leavenworth to me, I know that it's known as like the ultimate Christmas town, but it really is like a Bavarian village,
Village.
right? I mean, it's
Yes.
inspired by
Yes.
that aesthetic.
Europe. It's European inspired, and it's a beautiful town that just has all these mountainous views. And they even have a Nutcracker museum, which I didn't think that I would be interested in, but my interests are very much piqued and I would totally go in and spend half a day there. So I
Oh
put it
my
at the
goodness.
top of my list.
We may need to rename our podcast at this point. We're a little nutty over here between pistachios and nutcrackers. Har,
I'll
har,
bring
har
it.
again.
I'll bring the nutcracker, you bring the pistachio nut, and we'll bring it to the next time we see each other.
Listen, I don't think you can crack a pistachio nut. I think we'd end up with pistachio dust at this
Yeah.
point. All right, so next on my list is we're going from New Mexico to Utah. And near Zion National Park in the southwest is Mount Carmel Junction. And in Mount
Okay.
Carmel Junction, there is the Thunderbird restaurant. If you love retro diners, this is the place to go. And the funny thing about this is it's the backstory. Okay. This place opened up as a fuel station in 1931 by a
Nice.
husband and wife, Fern and Jack Morrison. And it was mainly designed as a place to serve his wife's pies. So he created a sign to advertise the pies, but there was not enough room to write homemade pies. So he abbreviated it to homemade pies.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, the homemade pies. I mean, so you can understand why this became a very popular trucking
Oh,
joint. Truckers all lined up for Fern's homemade pies. Um, so it's kind of stayed like this running theme, and like the original homemade sign is still there. But it basically is now a resort for like an RV resort, an RV park, and then the diner's still there. So you can still buy the pies, they still sell them. But there's also, normal diner food, burgers, wraps, and they also have a 9-hole golf course, like mini golf course. So I really want to do like a road trip where, I do my New Mexico thing, see the world's largest pistachio, but I also want to head to the Utah to see the homemade pies at the Thunderbird restaurant.
I'll join you on this portion of your leg and your trip because I'll head over to Zion and then meet you at the diner. Incredible. Now I'm going to give you my next pick. I would do a drum roll, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, it's just the Pacific Northwest, the whole region, I can be in all the places at once. And that's definitely possible today as just Lizette.
Well, I think folks, you're probably picking up by now that I bring the weird, Lizette's bringing the wonderful to this
It's
2025 travel bucket list.
it's so true, but you know what? I would join you on all of these weird ones.
I mean, what in the Pacific Northwest do you specifically want to do? I mean, for me, I'd want to go to Forks, Washington, and live out my
Same.
entire Twilight fantasy. I mean, maybe I'll find Edward running around those green forests somewhere. Where's my vampire?
Wait, Jason, so this is part of the weird portion because we could do that together. Twilight's not all that weird, I will admit. So we could do the Twilight tour. We could also go to Seattle. I've never been. We could see the Fremont Troll underneath the bridge, which I know it's just a troll, but I still would want to find it. I haven't seen the gum wall. I would disgustingly stick my own gum on it. I'm so sorry in advance if that gives you the ick, but that's fine. I also would want to go to the Bad Art Museum. So hang my
I
own
love how
portrait.
I love how I'm giving up like a diner with pies, the world's largest pistachio, and yet you want to drag me to a gum wall.
You know what? I think it's perfect. We could both stick gum on it.
All right,
I
folks, if you want to stick your gum on a gum wall, that's where, put that on your bucket list.
it's fine. And as a native Texan, I would, as an obligation, go and see the Hat and Boot Park. It's just really a giant hat and a giant cowboy boot in a park. And I'm dragging you to that one too. And take my picture in front of it. I'm going to pretend that I'm in the boot and under the hat. So,
Hey, you know what? That works. And actually, the next one on my list is actually wonderful. So
ooh,
I don't know about you, but I love scenic stuff. Like if I'm going to be out in nature, there needs to be something that's photogenic out there.
yeah.
We have talked a lot about on Places.Travel, our travel site that's a part of Curious Caravan. We have done Waterfall Wednesdays. And waterfalls are a huge draw for us. I mean,
I
especially on social
love.
media. I mean, in content. And, I don't know if you realize this, but did you know that Kentucky has a lot of waterfalls?
I did find this out the other day. They
The
have,
Kentucky Wildlands Waterfall Trail.
oh my goodness, how many waterfalls do they have on that trail?
17, and
17.
they are so cool. And one thing that I want to do in 2025 is I want to make myself get to Kentucky because I really, really want to see some of these waterfalls. And the main one that I want to see is Cumberland Falls. And it is nicknamed the Niagara of the South. It's over 120 feet uh, wide, and it plunges about 68 feet into the Cumberland River. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's surrounded by the Daniel Boone National Forest that's in Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. It's one of the only two places on the planet where you can view a moonbow. Now, have you heard of a moonbow?
Yes, I actually saw this on our social this month.
Let's fill the people in on a moonbow. All right, like a rainbow, a moonbow is a natural phenomenon that occurs when moonlight is basically refracted in the water droplets during a full moon, and it creates a really cool rainbow effect. So it is a really, really cool thing to see. So definitely.
Yeah, they even had one, I want to say this month on the 13th or something like that. I know it happens on the full moon. So I would join you to go see a moonbow. That is something I didn't know that I wanted to see until we had posted
Now
about
I
it.
know. Now I want a moonbow. Rainbow? Pfft. Rainbow schmainbow. I want the
Yeah,
moonbow.
double rainbow, psh, not that.
Yeah.
Moonbow. Ugh.
All right, what's next for
Incredible.
you?
Okay, maybe this one is a little bit more on the weird side, only because of the history of it. I would want to go to Salem, Massachusetts. It's always been on my list.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
I
like,
mean,
right? It's incredible.
hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. I also think in a past life of some type, I was a witch in another life, maybe.
Oh,
I
okay.
know. They do have incredible shops too. So there's this one shop that I really want to check out that is, I forgot the name of it. I want to say it's House Witch Home. So it's right there in Salem, Massachusetts. And you can get your aura photo taken. You can talk to a specialist on your herbs. You can get some new crystals. I am going to spend an arm and a leg in that store, but you know what? It'll be worth it. I'll pack an extra carry-on just to stuff more goodies that I needed from there. And then I would go on so many tours, so many walking tours. So this is maybe number one on my list of places to go in 2025.
I do love all things spooky, and I know that they do a lot of ghost tours in Salem.
Yes.
So that could
Yes.
be a fun thing to do.
Did you?
Well, for me, huh?
Yeah, I was going to ask you what's next on your list. Like, I want to hear it.
So I want to get out of the United States finally. And one of my dream destinations is Japan.
I
I
love
have
Japan.
always wanted to go to Japan. And one thing I've always wanted to try in Japan is yakitori, which basically is grilled meat on a stick.
Delicious.
Food on a stick, meat on a stick. It's a really popular item out there. And Japan is known for their yakitori. And I am really, really, that is like number one. The street food is something I absolutely want to try. There's so many great yakitori restaurants there as well.
Mm.
So that is a big thing that I want to do. I also want to go and visit some of their really wildly unique theme parks. So, as a big theme park junkie, Universal, love it. They have a huge selection of theme parks that you really would never expect.
Hmm.
So one is called Harmony Land, and basically it's Hello Kitty themed.
Jason, are you serious? What?
Oh, yeah, they have like pastel galore. I mean, Hello Kitty carousels, roller coasters, Ferris wheels. They do parades. They have dance numbers. I mean, it is Hello Kitty all the time.
Galore. I have
Now,
never heard of this. Harmony Land?
Harmony Land.
Oh my
How cool
goodness.
is that?
That is
Now,
so cool.
another one
Okay.
is called Nago Pineapple Park. Now,
Nago Pineapple Park.
and it is one half pineapple farm and one half theme park. So basically, they turned a pineapple farm into a theme park. You
Oh my
can
goodness.
ride a pineapple shaped train, which will take you through the fields of pineapples. And you also see a bunch of greenhouses with exotic plants. They serve up a ton of pineapple themed treats. So if you like pineapple ice cream, shaved ice, they even make their own pineapple wine.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And then you can take some dried pineapple to go. But it really is if you listen, this it is all things pineapple. It is the most unique thing. It really is something that you have to see to
I
believe.
I was gonna say, Jason, having been to Japan, I had never heard of these two locations, and I'm completely shocked. I wish I had gone to them. I missed out clearly on the pineapple farm because I am a pineapple fiend. But
Oh, and then
man,
there's another park there too that
mhm.
is Studio Ghibli themed. And I don't know if you heard of the movies like
Yes,
Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery
yes,
Service. So they've created a whole theme park that immerses you into these animated favorites.
movies.
So
Yeah,
you can wander through the village from Princess Mononoke. You can see the European style Valley of Witches. There's all this like statues and like themed gear and everything. I mean, if you love those movies, it's definitely
yes.
the place to go. So yeah, I really want to get to Japan in 2025. If not 2025, 2026. I may have to settle for the world's largest pistachio this year. But
I
love to
would join
try.
you. I would join you in Japan. They have actually a
Oh,
really good deal going on right now. I want to say through the end of the year or even through January with just flight deals. So you should put this at the top of your list. I'll renew my passport. That's why all of my picks, unfortunately, are domestic. But I'll renew for this. This is
how fun.
cool. I know.
All right. Well, Lizette, you're rounding us out on this
I
bucket list. So, what is your final place that you want to get to?
My final place, and like I said, unfortunately, I do need to renew my passport. So all of mine are domestic, but I want to go to Mackinac Island. I am not sure if you've heard of it. It's
I
right in,
have.
oh, good. I was going to say, for those who haven't, it is right in between Upper and Lower Peninsula of Michigan. So Mackinac Island, it feels almost like it's straight out of a movie. I don't know if you feel this way as well, but it's this cute little town that you can only get to by boat or by plane. And there's no bridge, obviously, going over. So it's a quaint little place that I would just be kayaking through. Honestly, I would fully immerse myself in the kayak world there because they've got these incredible structures. And they've got some really cute shops where they've got like art museums from Native American artists, and it's the crown jewel of the Great Lakes. So,
Well, and you
yeah.
know what they're also known for?
Ooh, tell me.
Their fudge.
Oh, they're fudge. See, I'm not a big
Mackinac
fudge.
Island fudge.
I didn't know this. I am not a big fudge gal. That's why. But
Well,
I
they
will
have a
taste it.
lot of authentic fudge shops on Mackinac Island. So definitely if you're a chocolate lover,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean, and not even chocolate. I mean, they make fudges of all types. I would definitely recommend it during the season. I mean, they make blueberry cheesecake fudge, vanilla raspberry fudge, Rocky Road fudge. I mean, and some of these shops have been in like business for decades.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
say.
and they make it all right in front of you. So, yeah, Mackinac Island, it's great for kayaking, great for sightseeing. But man, if you want some fudge, hit it up.
Two different travel types, fudge versus kayaking. I love it though.
I'm
I,
telling, well, you can eat your fudge and then kayak to work it off.
you're right. You're right. And they
So,
even have some haunted parts too, Jason. That was another aspect that I was gonna say is part of my list, weirdly enough. It's kind of spooky,
well,
kind of creepy.
haven't if you didn't get your fill of ghosts in Salem, hunt them out on Mackinac. Well, that's a wrap on this episode. We hope you're feeling inspired to tackle your own travel bucket list and start planning those unforgettable adventures for 2025.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and review Curious Caravan on your favorite podcast platform. It helps more curious minds like yours join the journey.
And for even more trips, ideas, and behind the scenes looks at your travel planning process, follow us on social. We're sharing everything you need to make 2025 your best travel year yet.
Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you on the next episode of Curious Caravan.